Hi again. We got the page 100. Kind of exciting. It's titled Walk by Faith, Not by Sight. And it starts with the book of John, chapter 20, verse 27, which says, "Reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing." Of course, we know who he said that to. It's kind of scary, but that was needed. He needed that. "8 days before Jesus said these words to Thomas the apostle, Thomas had refused to believe the report of the disciples that they had seen the Lord. When they told Thomas, he said, 'Unless I see and feel, I will not believe.'" Honestly, I can understand. I can't necessarily identify with it, but I can understand that. Jesus said that kind of believing has no faith in it. Faith is of the heart, the spirit, not the mind. To activate the believing equipment God has given every person, one must believe something that he cannot see or feel, the Word. Believe what I say, is what he's suggesting. Many Christians today don't realize that. They think if Jesus would appear to them in the flesh, their faith would then skyrocket. But that's not so. If you're prone to depend more on sense knowledge than you are on the Word of God, His suggestion, His saying, His preaching, His teaching, His words, then seeing some manifestation of this natural realm could actually set your faith back. That's why Jesus did what he did on the road to Emmaus. Two of his disciples were walking down that road, talking sadly about Jesus, and so Jesus, appearing alongside of them, said, "What's the matter with you boys?" They thought he was a stranger, so Jesus began to preach to them, as we can read in the book of Luke, chapter 24, verses 27 to 32. And they took in all that he said, and suddenly they realized they knew him. But the moment they recognized, he disappeared. Why? He did it because he wanted them to be blessed. He wanted them to keep their spirits activated and believing. He didn't want to set them back. Some years ago, when I didn't understand that principle, I used to pester God. "Appear to me," I would ask him. "Lord, you appeared to Kenneth Hagin, you appeared to Oral Roberts, you appeared to all these other people. I want you to appear to me." I kept after him about it for so long. He finally spoke to me and said, he didn't appear. He spoke to me. He said, "Kenneth, if you keep asking me to appear to you, I'm going to have to do it, but I'm warning you, it will set you back 5 years." At that point in my spiritual development, I would have come to rely on sense knowledge rather than faith. The fact is, Jesus wants us to... Oh, let me read that again. Sorry. The fact is, Jesus wants to appear to everyone. It would delight him to just walk in, sit down with us, but he has to restrain himself because he's training us to govern our lives by faith. He's teaching us to walk by faith and not by sight. As we can read in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. Speak the word. I walk by faith, not by sight. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. And we have further study this, what is it? We've got, you know what, I'm just going to announce it. I'm not going to go into it and read all of that. It says, for further study, you can read the book of Luke, chapter 27, verses... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me read that again. The book of Luke, chapter 24, and then into verses 27 until 32. And then after that, you can read from the book of Joshua to 3 chapters. 16, 17, 18 from Joshua. Also 2 chapters from Acts 24 and 25. And this will help you. This information is helpful knowledge. It's beautiful. Peace, y'all.